Hi, my name is Chandler and this is for my project. I did this with Shayla, Amick, and we decided to do our project for a color run for a cure. What our project is exactly, it's a color run to raise awareness for cancer, since like we can't get donations or anything for it. We wanted to do something that was important to us and that we feel passionate about. I know for me personally, cancer has affected my family a lot because both of my parents did have it. My dad, he had a little tumor, and luckily he got that out a couple years ago. But my mom, on the other hand, she got diagnosed with cancer when I was 10 years old, and she fought that battle for about 6 years, but unfortunately, she lost it to colon cancer, and that's why I feel so passionate about this matter, and that's why I decided to do a color run for the cure, because it's really hit home for me. When we decided on the color run, we wanted to make it more colorful per se, the normal 5K, where you just go run, and then you might get the runner's high, and that's about it, you're done. We wanted to make it more interesting and fun, and maybe even if kids wanted to do it, it'd be fun for the kids. We plan on using colors that represent the various types of cancers that there are, or that are very prominent in our area in Charleston, or in West Virginia in general. We've used the creativity LLO with this, because where we decided to come up with the colors for each cancer that it represents. And our project goals and justifications are, so our goals for this project is to obviously raise awareness for cancer, which I already stated previously. And it seems like cancer is such a common thing lately, and people, they don't realize the severity of it. They think with all these commercials and stuff, for breast cancer is the one that I see the most being publicized. They just think, oh, it's a pink ribbon, I'm helping out, when they don't even realize the severity of it. And hopefully with this, we can help people in our community know what cancer is and how it affects people in their everyday lives, and how it's not just some pretty pink ribbon to look cute and make yourself think that you helped the cause when you really didn't. Also, we'll use communication in that aspect by spreading awareness of the disease to our people in the community. Cancer has affected every person, whether it's you directly or indirectly through a family member that you have, or even a friend of yours that has a family member that has cancer. Everyone knows about it. Everybody at least knows somebody with it. And I feel like it would just, bring us all together as a community if we help support these people that have it. Because I know that if you do have this, it can feel really discouraging for that person. And if they have people around them that show them that they're loved and that they're not alone in this fight, that they can talk to anybody they want to. They have people anywhere. With social media and everything, you can talk to anybody you want to. And with this color run, we're hoping to introduce people to new people that they can talk to, and have a buddy or something in this process. And we also use citizenship in this, because we let people know they're not alone in this fight, because we show that they have people that they can talk to. And that's just a major thing for me, because I want them to know that they're not alone, that there are people out there they can talk to for anything they need. And our project plan for this is and our project plan for this thing is, first, we obviously need to get approval from the 5K organizers, and also we need to get approval from our class if they do so choose to pick this. And also, we'll need to be in touch with suppliers to get supplies donated for this cause. Like, we were thinking that we could talk to like places such as like CAMC and see if they would be willing to maybe donate like little brochures for people to read afterwards, and have like maybe a booth at the end of the 5K run so they can read some things and understand what they were running for. And we thought that would be a good idea. And we would also need to get in touch with people to maybe supply our color for the color run. I feel like that'd be a necessity we need. Also, when we're talking to suppliers, we probably should do our research on it, because we don't want these people backing out like the last minute, and we just like we don't have anything. Like, if we didn't have the color for a color run, that'd be bad. So we need to do our research on these suppliers before any of this happens. And also, we would need to get our classmates involved in this project and assign them roles in this so that they can be involved in this project as well. And next, Shayla will talk to you.
For our project, we have to assign each student in our class a job. Some of the jobs we have is the people who contact our donators, and they'd have to ask them, are you able to donate and help us out with this at this time? And then we'd also have the banner painters who will paint the banners with the information and the different colors for the meanings. Because on the banners we're going to have the amount affected in West Virginia, the colors for each cancer. There's going to be multiple banners throughout. Another job is the people who during the race will throw the color onto the runners. And they'll be set up throughout the race, certain amounts spaced out. And then we'll have the information table workers at the end of the race. So they'll be sitting there and they can hand out pamphlets, they can give information about anything they know, they can share their personal stories if they have any about being affected by cancer, and then advertisement, because we can't have a race with no one showing it. So for advertisement, we would put up signs around campus, we could put signs up in the community, we can use social media, because social media can reach anywhere. So anyone can find out about this race, and if they want to participate, they have that opportunity. And in GSU, we could put a little table where you can sign up to participate in the said color run if you wanted to, and it would just bring more awareness to the campus. And now we're going to move on to the timeline for this project. Our timeline for this project, we would start in January of the new semester. So at that time, we would have to start contacting the organizer to gain their approval. And then after we gain their approval and our class approval, we would begin contacting the donators, such as churches, support groups, hospitals, anywhere that has the money that is able to be donated. Students can even donate if they feel that empowered by this. And in January, we would also assign our classmates their jobs. And they can sign up for any job that they feel they would be best at, but if they don't know, then we can put them where they're needed. In February, we would begin painting the signs with all the information on there, and so that we have plenty of time to get all those done, because as I said, there will be quite a few. And we would also have to start doing some research on cancer and how it's affected the state and percentages, so that when someone asks, we know what to say. Because we don't want to be in the position of someone coming up to us at the race and asking us a question and we don't know what to tell them. And then in March is when we would map out on the race map how far apart the color stations will be. Because you can't have one right at the start of the race and then not have one until the middle. Because the point of a color run is to get covered in color. So you need to have it quite often, but not too often, to where it becomes a hazard to the runner. And we would also put the finishing pieces on our banners and decide where to hang those throughout the race and around the area where the race is being held. And then in April, we will of course have the run. Now I'll discuss the constraints that we may run into when planning this. For example, if it rains on the day, no one wants to do a color run in the rain because the color will not stick to you as well. It will run off and it will be a mess. I know it's supposed to be messy at a color run, but not that kind of messy. And then if our donators back out at the last minute, that would hurt us because we would not have the color to do the race. So when last spring I was part of a color run and our donators backed out at the last minute and we had no clue what to do. So we used critical thinking, which is what we'll have to do if they back out on us for this, and we would have to come up with another idea. For example, we used Kool-Aid and water and we just sprayed it and it worked. Might not have been the best, but it solved our problem. And then poor advertisement. If this race isn't advertised, then it doesn't get the message of how cancer has affected West Virginia, how cancer affects everyone, and no one would come to the race. So it would just not work out in play with our means for doing the race. And if any of these happen, like the poor advertisement, or the rain, or the donators back out, we're going to have to use critical thinking to find out a plan B and decide what to do to solve this problem. And thank you.